Hello grade 3s and welcome back to WorksheetCloud. Welcome to your grade 3 English lesson for today, and I hope you've had a lovely day so far and that you're ready to learn something new and exciting with me again today. If there are any things that you don't understand during the lesson, or if there are any questions that you might have, you can just ask mommy or daddy to help you. Send an email to grade3@worksheetcloud.com and we will try and answer your questions as quickly as possible. Now, if this is the first time that you are watching a lesson with us, or if this is the first time that you are seeing me in a lesson, my name is Teacher Taryn, and today we are going to learn all about conjunctions, what they are, when to use them, and why to use them. So, conjunctions are short words that we use in sentences to join two sentences. So these are words like and, while, but, or, because, and so. Now these words we will use to join two short sentences if they are related and we want to make them one long sentence. But each of these words has a reason for why we use them and when we would use them in two sentences. So the first one we are going to look at is we are going to look at the word or. When are we going to use or and why would we use it? We use it to choose between two or more different things. So let's have a look at an example. We have the two sentences. Would you like a chocolate milkshake? Would you like a strawberry milkshake? So they are very similar sentences. They're both questions and they're asking me about a milkshake. Now, I want to join these two sentences, so I now need to use the right conjunction. I'm going to choose from that list, and we are looking at the word or. Now, we use or when we choose. So, this question is asking, do we want a chocolate milkshake? And this question is asking, do we want a strawberry? So, we can say, would you like a chocolate milkshake? Or would you like a strawberry milkshake? Now, when we write the sentence as one long sentence, we're definitely not going to use or in the middle in capital letters. It's going to look like this. Remember, we had to choose between a chocolate or a strawberry. We can only have one of the two. Would you like a chocolate milkshake or would you like a strawberry milkshake? Okay, so now we've looked at or. We're going to look at our next conjunction, because. Now, because tells us why something has happened. So something happened because of something else. So let's have a look at an example. We cannot swim. It is raining. These are two separate sentences. They can function as sentences on their own. We have a capital letter and a full stop at each sentence, but they are related. Now remember, because tells us why something happens. We cannot swim because it is raining. So it is raining and therefore we cannot swim. So we use because it tells us why we cannot swim, because it is raining. So let's put it in a sentence. We cannot swim because it is raining. So when we join these two shorter sentences together to make one long sentence, there aren't any capital letters anymore because it's not the beginning of a new sentence. We've made one long sentence. Now, when we use a conjunction in a sentence to join two sentences that can stand alone, we're always going to put a comma in front of the conjunction. We cannot swim, comma, because it is raining. The reason why we use a comma is because we cannot swim was a sentence on its own, and it is raining can be a sentence on its own. Okay, so I've looked at or, which means I had to choose between two things. I've looked at because, which tells me why something happened. And now I'm going to have a look at so. And so tells me that one thing leads to another thing. So because one thing happened, another thing happened afterwards. So let's have a look at an example. I missed my bus. I was late for school. I have two sentences. And because I missed my bus, I first missed the bus. And then I was late for school. The one thing happened. And then because of that first thing, the next thing happened. So I'm going to use the word so to join these two. I missed my bus, so I was late for school. The one thing happened, and because that happened, it led to the next thing. Because I missed the bus, I was late for school. Now, if I want to write this as a sentence, I'm going to say, I missed my bus, comma, so I was late for school, full stop. Okay, I've looked at or, which is to choose, because, which tells me why, and then so, the one leads to the next one. The next conjunction I'm going to look at is the word but. Now, when we use but in the sentence, it means that we are comparing two different things. So let's have a look at an example. I looked everywhere. I could not find my book. I looked everywhere, and I'm comparing all the different places that I looked, but I could not find my book. So I'm going to use but to join my sentence. I looked everywhere, but I could not find my book. And now the beginning of my second sentence is going to stay a capital letter, but only because it's the word I, which is always a capital letter. I'm comparing all the different places that I looked, but I could not find my book. So let's put it into one sentence. I looked everywhere, comma, but I could not find my book. Now there's another way that I can compare. I am short. My brother is tall. We're comparing the height of my brother to me. So I am short and my brother is tall. I can use the word but to add these two sentences together or to combine them to make one long sentence because I'm comparing my brother and I. So I am short, but my brother is tall. Now if I'm going to write it in one long sentence, I'm going to say, I am short, comma, but my brother is tall. I'm comparing my brother and my height. So we've looked at or, because, so, and but, where we compared two things together. And our last conjunction that we're going to look at is the word while. And while happens at the same time. While something is happening, something else can happen as well. Or during one action, another action can take place. So, let's look at an example. Our guests arrived. We were having dinner. It's two separate sentences. And while the one thing happened, the other happened. So you can also say, we were having dinner. Our guests arrived. They happened at the same time. So we're going to use while to join the two sentences. Our guests arrived while we were having dinner. The we now gets a small w because it's not a sentence on its own again. It's not the beginning of my second sentence. So let's write it as one long sentence. Our guests arrived, while we were having dinner. It happened at the same time. Okay, we've got or, because, so, but, while, and now we're going to look at and. And tells me that I can do both. I don't have to choose between two things. I can do both of the same things. So let's have a look. Kate's dog is big. He is fluffy. He is both of those things. He is big and he is fluffy. So he is both of those things at the same time. So I can join it by putting and in the middle. Kate's dog is big and he is fluffy. So let's write it as one long sentence. Kate's dog is big and he is fluffy. Remember, the H of he is now a small h because I've written one long sentence. We don't have capital letters in the middle of our sentence. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at a few sentences where we are now going to join them together. My mom likes to read. My dad watches sport. My dog is tired. He went for a walk. We can read. We can practice maths. My brother messes his food. He is eating. I am out of breath. I am playing hockey. So now we need to join these sentences and we need to think about which conjunctions we are going to use. My mom likes to read. My dad watches sport. What are we doing while we're looking at mom and dad? Yes, we are comparing what mom likes to do and what dad likes to do. So if we compare, we use the word but. My dog is tired. He went for a walk. The one leads to the other, or the one happens because of the other. We can read. We can practice maths. We definitely can't read and practice maths at the same time, so we have to choose between one or the two. My brother messes his food. He is eating. These two things are going to happen at the same time. He is eating, and at the same time, he is messing his food. I am out of breath. I am playing hockey. So I am out of breath. The one leads to the other. Because I am playing hockey, I am out of breath. So let's have a look at how we can join these sentences. Remember, sometimes you could use more than one and it wouldn't be wrong. It depends on what you want your sentence to say. So our first sentence we're going to say, my mom likes to read, but Dad watches sport, because I am comparing what my mom likes to do to what my dad likes to do. Number 2. My dog is tired because he went for a walk. He is tired, the one leads to the other or tells me why he is tired. My dog is tired, because he went for a walk. Number 3. We can read or we can practice maths. We definitely can't do both at the same time, so we have to choose between reading or practicing maths. Number 4, my brother messes his food while he is eating. He does both at the same time. While he is eating, he messes his food. These two things can happen at the same time. And number 5, I am out of breath because I am playing hockey. This part tells me why I am out of breath, because I am playing hockey. For grade 3s, I hope you've enjoyed learning all about conjunctions and how to use the conjunctions, when to find the conjunctions, and when to use the correct one because of the reason that you are trying to portray. So you are very clever grade 3s, and I hope you have a lovely afternoon further. And thank you for watching. This lesson was brought to you by WorksheetCloud. Goodbye, grade 3s.